In this video, I want to talk about Robinhood, and I want to talk about where it is right now and where I think it could be going in the future. Before I start, I actually want to talk about 3 months ago or so, when we were in this range, how I knew that it was actually about to possibly break out. And I didn't know at the time that it was going to break out to this extent, but now that it has, I have a lot of thoughts about where I think it could be going in the future. First, actually, before I get to that, let's talk about actually like why it's really been pumping in like the fundamentals space, if you want to call it that or whatever. But there's been Robinhood's, now that the market's been up, I mean, Robinhood's been getting a lot more people that are just regular people that are just investing in Robinhood, which is allowing Robinhood's cash on hand to increase immensely. So they own they control just an increasing market share of cash, and that is allowing their stock price to go up because the more cash they control, the more money they can make, is really kind of how Robinhood's business model is. With that in mind, let me tell you how I didn't know it was going to go up this much, but in hindsight, it really does make a lot of sense. So one of the key things I talk about a lot is manipulation legs. So anytime I mention that a manipulation leg is any time that a previous high or a previous low gets taken out. So in this case, this is the final move down that took out this low. You can see that right here with this line. So this would have been a turtle soup entry. So that means it sounds ridiculous, but turtle soup is basically the ultimate like buying below a previous low or selling above a previous high. And I'm not going to talk about it in detail in this video, but there are ways to actually get an entry at a low like this. But in this video, I'm going to be talking about how, let's say you didn't get this entry, how you could have actually got this entry, and then also where I think Robinhood's going to go in the future. Okay, so it took out this low. Then when this candle body closed above this high, it caused a shift in structure from a downturn, a downward run to an upward run. So this is where the market structure shifted, and when that happened, what I like to do, what I talk about a lot, is taking the final move down of the manipulation leg, and then when price comes back to that and then reacts strongly off of that midpoint, I call this the order block mean threshold. And when price comes back to this and it reacts strongly off of it, it usually continues and follows through and has strength throughout. And the other big reason is at the same time, Robinhood killed it with earnings. They absolutely destroyed earnings, and they essentially took out both of these equal highs right when earnings came out. And past that, you can see that it was inevitably trying to take out all these other highs, right? At the time, I didn't think it was going to go up this fast, but I did anticipate when it reacted right like this. I did actually anticipate that there's a good chance that even though I didn't know what earnings were going to be, that it was going to come after these two equal highs, and it did. And so it ran through these equal highs and just kept going. And like I said, when you get these strong reactions off these midpoints like this, it will continue to go up and take out more and more liquidity. So it took out this high and this high, and now this high. Okay. So now that it's taken out all these highs, essentially, what do I think is going to happen, right? And in my opinion, in like the long run, like this, like if we just zoom out for a second, like where are we on the monthly time frame, right? We broke structure to the upside on the monthly time frame. And in all honesty, I genuinely do believe that Robinhood in the next few years can take out all of these highs. All of these highs. It is officially just switched. The market structure has shifted. And with a reaction like this off of this midpoint, you can gain a lot of confidence that smart money has entered, and they're going for all of these highs. They're not just going to go for this high and this high. They will inevitably go for all these highs. And if we think about it like fundamentally, from like actual fundamental standpoint, right? The market's been going up. It's been continuing to go up. And with that in mind, it's only reasonable to assume that more and more regular everyday people are entering the market. And Robinhood is the ultimate company to control all of the regular everyday people, and they're like be able to like manage their cash and like be like when someone deposits money onto Robinhood, that is cash managed under Robinhood. So the more people that are investing in Robinhood, the more cash that Robinhood essentially controls. They're a financial institution just like anyone else. Like they're they're not obviously like a typical like bank, but they're still a financial institution, and they're growing at an insanely fast rate with all these new regular people putting money into Robinhood. So from a technical and a fundamental point of view, I think that Robinhood, like maybe not immediately, because look at this, we did just take out this high, and you can see when we took out this high, we had a little bit of a downturn. So when we take out this high, maybe it's another week of red, but I do believe that inevitably, assuming the market like continues to go up, but I think that there's every reason to believe that Robinhood will take out all of these highs and continue to do so. And inevitably even take out possibly this high. If we want to actually, just for 1 second, look at what I like to look at a lot, which is the Fibonacci retracement. And it seems ridiculous, kind of seems dumb, but it actually does hold a decent amount of credibility when you align it with being slightly above a previous high or a previous low. So like this red line was slightly above a previous high. You could see that it went up to it and it reacted off of it. So in the short term, 25 is in the cards. 28 is also in the cards. If I also go over here, in the medium term, you can see that this was also a sweep. In the medium term, 22, 31, 41, and 47 could also be in the cards. Look at this, right? This purple line slightly above this high gives you additional confluence that this could be like a take profit point. But regardless, I do think that inevitably the narrative behind Robinhood will only continue to grow. I mean, granted, I think it's possible it could go down and then go up, but the exact path towards all these, taking out all these highs, while it's unsure, I think that the inevitable path for Robinhood will be to take out all of these highs, because that is where smart money is targeted next, and just it makes so much sense fundamentally, and just thinking about it in like every way. Let's really quickly just look at the very short-term analysis of this. And right in the last day, it went down. But, I mean, look at all these little dips, right? It's not showing a lot of weakness. And I think that will continue as the market continues to go up, and especially with earnings coming up next, if they can beat earnings, I think that they will have a terrific move up towards all of these highs to inevitably take out. And I really do think this. I think it will take out all the way up to this $85 high. I mean, it might take a while, but that's like long term. But I think that with given enough time, all they need to do is quadruple their cash on hand, and it's a little bit more complicated than that, I'm sure, but their cash on hand will continue to grow, and they will, with that, their profits will as well. Hopefully you found this video helpful, and I hope to see you in the next one. Bye.